Tell you what, guys, the story at DCA is getting more and more fascinating. Every time I do one of these State of reports, we just toured the entire park. We went to every land and every attraction, checking out what's happening with the park. And I am kind of shocked at what we found today, in both positive and negative ways. Join us, you guys. Join us. We're gonna go around the entire park. It's gonna be great. This is our State of DCA report.
So very nice to see.
That's pretty awesome. We'll give them away as they go by. Hi guys. Look at that fancy driving by. That's Samara. Let's continue the trolley. That's where you go. That's right. It may be the only hot dog. Cars Land in the front side of Avengers Campus. The road after that on your left by that fabulous Willie's Churros is going to take you to Soarin' and Grizzly River Run. As we come into our station stop, and that is a rather calm and chill entrance to DCA on this Friday afternoon. It's about 1:38. Excited once more, and as always, to be bringing this State of DCA report to you. All of these State of reports, my single most favorite thing to do that I get to do every single week, be that here or at Disneyland. Let's take a vibe check down Buena Vista Street, see how things look on this Friday afternoon. And I'm struck already by the, the absolutely chill vibe walking down Buena Vista Street. It's incredible how I cannot seem to capture a super bonkers day, although we were just getting started. But it's been a minute. I feel like it's just been a while since we've seen anything truly hysterical here at DCA. Although I will say that my recent visits during the week in the evening after 6 o'clock have been a different tale altogether. There's Clarabelle. She's got herself quite a crowd with her. Liberal's great. And that's something that I'm actually going to be paying attention to, because there are some things about how this park operates on a regular basis that I may have been getting completely wrong because of just my, assumptions based on going to Disneyland a lot. Assumptions I make having been to Disneyland. It's a red car trolley. As we make our way through the park today, I'll try to draw some comparisons. That we were here on both Tuesday and Wednesday trying to shoot a video about the park, what DCA is like between 6 and 10 p.m. with the idea that, like Disneyland, the crowds fade a little bit. It's not quite as busy. But it could very well be the opposite. Because what I'm feeling now is just incredibly nice. And it makes me wonder why that is. Is that a park hopping thing? Is it, well, what is it? What could it be? Why is the park busier at Disneyland in the afternoon and less busy in the evening, and it's the opposite here at DCA? I feel like that's worth studying. But we'll begin our afternoon, as always, down Buena Vista Street. Nice breeze. It's presently 80 degrees outside, so not quite as hot as it was last week, but still definitely warm enough. There's our boys Chip and Dale. And normally this would be the point where we would jump over to the Hollywood Backlot, start looking at Monsters, Inc., etc. But some news broke earlier this week about the animation building and some shows in there that are going to be closing as of August 5th. Let's go check those out. Oh my. Everybody's escaping the heat. It is nice and cool in here. So August 5th, a couple of shows here, attractions are closing. Already, by the way, not Sorcerer's Workshop, but beyond Sorcerer's Workshop. If you go down that ramp, Beast Library, that's been closed for a while for Disney. They're going to update that to Imagination Campus. But the character close-up, the meet and greet with Anna and Elsa, that's going to be closing on August 5th. The Animation Academy is closing on August 5th. And Turtle Talk with Crush is closing on August 5th. You're going to come in. I don't even know. Maybe they might be closing the whole building at this point because that doesn't leave anything here to do except for Sorcerer's Workshop. They might just close the whole building. What was funny is this story was developing, and I was thinking about the coverage that I might do. It occurred to me that we don't ever talk about it, and we don't talk about it in construction reports. We don't talk about it in the state of reports. What these, I don't even count them as attractions, but look at the turnout here. Look at how packed Turtle Talk was. That was a full house. The people are exiting right now. That was a full house for Turtle Talk, and the Animation Academy, enormous queue over there for people, waiting to get into the next show. That's going to be at least close to a full house, I'm sure. So much so that they've had to set up stanchions and ropes out here. So they're pulling a huge amount of people into this building today. Now, obviously, some of that has to do with the fact that it's not just because these are tremendous, great, attractions that everybody loves. Obviously, some of that has to do with people are just trying to get out of the heat for a little while, and it's a great excuse to do that. Which begs the question, why are they doing this now then? You know what I mean? Like, at a time when people want it the most, they're going to shut it down on August 5th. And who knows for how long. I'm starting to have trouble understanding. And hopefully you watched our construction report, because I went into more of that, because the decisions that they're making for Space Mountain right now as well, which, we're doing State of DCA, so I'm not going to get into that. But it is subject to second guessing. Well, I guess they have to do it. If they don't do it now, then they have to wait until after. Thank you. Until after the Oogie Boogie, until after Halloween season, because that's where you meet Oogie Boogie back there. So I'll give them that. But so wait after that. You know what I mean? Just do it after that, right? How urgent could it be? I don't know. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Let's go to the Hollywood Backlot. I'm going to show you in a second, but I'm looking at the churro cart right now. The churro cart queue is about 6 or 7 guests deep, and these are the only guests right now at the Pixar Fest kiosk for the Pixar Fest food service, where you can get the Joyful Yellow Comforting Mac and Cheese, the Angry Red Hot Mac and Cheese, or the Mood Swing, and the Mood Stabilizer Mule. I mentioned that because I'm curious how well Pixar Fest is performing specifically back here in the backlot, but it's just in general, because every time I'm here, there's nothing happening right here. Hanger Manager's not doing much. It's just not doing a lot of business. People still want their churros. The churro lane is still 6 deep over there. Are you good? You good, Disney? How are things? Are everything going okay? I'm rooting for you. I really am, man. I want this to do well. But, all right, let's check out Mike and Sully to the rescue. Looking good so far. 30 minutes on standby, and not a single person in sight so far until Lightning Lane queue. It's nice and breezy in here. Okay, there we go. We got a few Lightning Lanes. Okay, that's probably 30 folks there. We'll make this turn. Really wish they could take this off Lightning Lane, but there's no chance. If they're going to put Lightning Lane on Little Mermaid, they'll put it on this. But look at that queue. That's just half. We are using half the exterior queue. 1, 2, 3, the 3 back sections back here, which are about 10 minutes each, are, wait, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 3.5 are unoccupied. They're half full. And I measured this the other night when I was doing our, queue test for Monsters Inc. as part of our 6 to 10, and it's about 10 minutes to get from this spot to that spot, to go through an entire planter section. So they're calling this 30 minutes, and that actually might be 30 minutes, man. Incredible. I wonder, is that a heat thing? I feel like it could be, because like on a hot day, I'm not particularly thrilled about standing out there in that queue. I wonder if other guests are thinking the same thing. You know, maybe you just opt out, but there's a lot of queues like that here at DCA. DCA is not, their queue game here is not very good. I'm not going. Yeah. But thank you though, I know what you're gonna say. But thank you. She was gonna give you a buddy pass. Because she saw me walk out of there like I didn't want to get in that queue. But anyway, very kind. Cast members on the ground, you're the best. You really are the best. No matter what's happening in the Disney company, I can count on cast members on the ground to be the sweetest, nicest, bestest folks that you'll ever meet. I forget which point I was making. Yeah, there's a lot of queues out here at DCA that I don't want to get into on a hot day. Their queue game is not great. There are some that are okay, but most of it is outdoors and uncovered. And just concrete everywhere. You don't feel particularly, shaded at all. You know, before we leave this part, before we leave the backlot, I want to go check out one more thing over here at the entrance to the backlot. On the subject of things that count or don't count, when I start doing these State of DCA reports, I have been neglecting Mickey's PhilharMagic also.
Magic carpet, it's time to work on your roar. Happy.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Fresh week?
Yeah, right on. This is a show. It's an attraction that counts, and it's very easy to get into, even on a hot day. It's a nice break from the heat. You get out of here and you can sit down for a little bit for 20 minutes or whatever. And I don't believe. Thank you. That there will be any or very much competition. The theater is enormous.
It's me, Goofy. We're almost ready to go, so hope you enjoy the show.
I just saw on the monitor saying 7 minutes to showtime, so I probably will skip this because I can't film it anyway. It's not really filmable. But this is a great option, time killer thing to do if you enjoy shows like this, if you enjoy the old Muppet Vision, that's the building we're in. But there's hardly ever any competition here at all. It's very easy to see the show, and it's, like I said, get out of the heat, get to sit down for a little bit. It's kind of great. I like how this show has quickly evolved into a what to do when it's hot out show today. But I mean, that comes up because we're talking about the animation building, and that should be a place. I mean, let's close PhilharMagic while we're at it. Oh my God, I don't want to give any ideas. Okay, let's go to Avengers Campus. I mentioned in our last update that Mission Breakout, the far right elevator, is down. It is out of commission right now, so that they're short 2 ride vehicles, and we're expecting, or should be expecting, some long wait times. Part of my experience when I was here on Tuesday and Wednesday was some incredibly long queues in this after 6 p.m. Actually, for the whole night. We wound up skipping it altogether. It was 90 minutes, an hour and a half, or close to 2 hours on some occasions. So it is rough sledding here at Mission Breakout right now. And right now, it's actually not bad, relatively speaking. It's at 55 minutes right now. I can see guests in the queue back there. Let's see if it's, it is extended. We'll say hi to Five and Dime on our way by.
We thought we'd take a little ride around town. Stop by, sing a few of our favorite tunes. That's all a real nice time.
They're so friendly. Yeah, that's a no-go for me. I mean, like I said, it's not as bad as it could be considering. And there was very little lightning lane. There's a little bit of a queue sticking out of the threshold there, and nothing in the exterior extended queue, so that's not bad. This queue will move for as long as that lightning lane stays the way it is. But still, that's one of those queues. I'm like, there's a little bit of shade in there, I guess. But for the most part, I kind of don't want to be in there. Like I want to be a little bit cooler. I kind of think though, now that I mention it, how many queues are like that at Disneyland? Like, the Matterhorn, that's kind of breezy actually, because for whatever reason, I don't feel the heat so much when I'm in the Matterhorn queue. Pirates, you can be pretty exposed at Pirates. With the Haunted Mansion, they're gonna get covered where there wasn't before, so that's nice. Rise of the Resistance, lots of cover in Rise of the Resistance. It's actually kind of a nice, breezy queue to be in, for most part. Back there in Section 4, not so much. But here, for someone, maybe it's the fact that this park much like how Toontown used to be, not very organic. Not a lot of vegetation to create. I don't know. It feels like all that concrete makes this place an oven, especially Avengers Campus. Avengers Campus, more than any other place in this park, is a freaking oven sometimes. And once again, we're here on a Friday, which means there are no shows happening. No Avengers Assemble is happening at all. And they've also taken out the Jeep over here, or the Humvee, or I forget what kind of vehicle that was. That's gone also, still gone. The Doctor Strange show is not yet canceled. That won't be happening until the end of this month. So there's still an opportunity to see a show. Hey, there's the cosplay folks over there. Hi, guys. Very subdued energy right now here at Avengers Campus. I actually haven't even seen a character yet. Now, I don't think that's a thing. I don't think they've canceled characters, because I have felt like that before on previous occasions. Like, well, where is everybody? Where are the characters? And then I'm here 5 minutes later and there's a bunch of them all about. But right now, I am not. Oh, okay. They got Ant-Man and Wasp back there. There we go. Now we're cooking. We got 2 characters back there. Although it looks like, oh no, that's a Traditions, I think, happening over there. Okay, never mind. Anybody want some shawarma? I guess while we're here, check out Web Slingers. 35-minute standby. Looks a little rough though for 35 minutes. I don't know, unless they're not using the bullpen behind the blue wall. But we're stuck already. I can't even get back there. And I won't be able to get back there to check behind the blue wall. But yeah, they got the queue out here into this section, which I think I'd rather them fill that queue than the bullpen, personally. I don't see any movement between the slats there, so I don't think they are using that section. As a matter of fact, all we have to do is watch this queue. If they don't turn right, then we're good, and they're not turning right. So they're going right. No, they did not turn right. So from here, they're going straight there. So yeah, that could be 35, because you could fit all this and then some. You could fit all of that in that bullpen back there, maybe probably more. As for Lightning Lane, I'd rather not. That's still probably a go for me. I think I would get in that queue. But as 35-minute queues go, it won't be better than 35. I don't know if you follow. Like, 35's good. If I saw a 50-minute queue and it looked like a 35-minute queue, I would say that's a go situation, right? You're getting a discount. But there's nothing wrong with just getting in a 35-minute queue. If it's exactly 35 minutes, that's a win for Web Slingers. I hope that's pretty clear. Speaking of shows that are still happening, little Spider-Man up there.
Did somebody get that? This is awesome!
He just told me to tag him in his video. Hashtag Amazing Spider-Man. Will do. I tell you what, you take that show, you take the Spider-Man show, and you will definitely get a response from this vlogger. Because that is Avengers Campus. That's the whole reason why you go to Avengers Campus. Hasn't happened yet. I'm not saying it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to start a fire where there isn't one. But if they did, woo, you'd be here for me. Cars Line is next. And right away, I can see that this Route 66 is kind of nice, not too bad right here. It gets a little bit more hectic as you get closer to Radiator Springs races, but I'm gonna expect practically nothing here at Tow Maters Junkyard Jamboree. 5 minutes, it says right there, 5 minutes. got in this queue. We're gonna do this. I got in this queue at 2:55. 3:03, 8 minutes later. Taking our tour around the junkyard. I have to wonder, it's like this every single time I come to DCA. What do you not like about this? Why do you walk by? Why do people sleep on Mater's Junkyard Jamboree? I have no idea. What's not to like? Do you not want this? Do you not like this? I can ride this 10 times! 10 times in the time it takes me to go to Raider Springs Racers here in just a few minutes.
Flat tire, grease fire, no gas, broke glass,
No Vader! I mean, what's not to love, right?
Call me anytime. On your mark, get set, go!
No waiting at Fort Town Favorites right now. Step right up, get yourself. I don't even know what they're serving there. Don't think Pixar Fest is going as well as they had hoped, which is a shame because I really wanted it to, but I guess that's what you get when you recycle stuff instead of trying to, create something new, something different or interesting. That's what was that? 2015, I think it was, when they ran that last. I don't remember it going very well then either, to be honest. Although it was a different event than that last event. Just throwing that out there. Let's go check out Cozy Cones. Now we should see some action here, I would think. Right? There's some frosty treats and drinks that you could be getting here. No waiting for churros, but a pretty good sized queue for an ice cream cone. And by the way, their soft serve is delicious. That cone right there is about as good as it's gonna get as far as soft serve goes. Cone queso, getting a little bit of action, but nothing happening here at Concoctions. Nobody wants a chimichanga today. And no action for the chicharrones at the pop cone. So there you go. It's hot. It's hot, and they just want some soft serve. Cruise right on over to Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters next. Minutes. This is one of those queues when I was in this on Wednesday, and it was in one of those. I did one of those queues where I said don't get in. The back of the queue was right about here before you get to the white walls, and this was on just a regular Wednesday afternoon, and it was about 6:30? Question mark? I don't remember what time it was now. But today it's completely different. This is the middle of the afternoon where it's now 3:11 as I record this. And oh my gosh. How far are we gonna get? What do you get in there? You get like maybe 30 guests per rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 15 cars, 2 cars each. Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out if I want to do this or not. I don't think I do. But we're looking at 3 more rotations, so it's about 5 minutes per rotation. So 15 minutes is my guess. I'm not saying that 15 minutes is bad for Luigi's. That's great. Just doing what we just did right there, but I got to keep on a schedule. But man, it's really, really nice right now. It's super breezy. Unbelievable. Is it possible that the park is less busy here at DCA between 1 and, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock than it is in the last 4 hours between 6 and 10. I had started that video with a whole different theory, a whole different hypothesis. Matter of fact, I had to reboot at one point. I'm like, this isn't going. It's not going how I thought it would. So I had to start over, and that's why I was here Tuesday. And I'm like, I couldn't even do the video because there wasn't enough time. Everything was like, an hour and a half, it seemed like, and I'm like, I'm gonna get 2 rides in because I had a whole script, well, not script, but a whole plan. So I had to regroup and come back and do a new plan. My theory was just wrong. All right, we're in the back. Oh my gosh, heavens to Betsy. This is where everybody is. They're not in Mater's. They're not in Luigi's. And that's Lightning Lane, you guys. That says 115 minutes. 115. And you're singing, well, where are all the guests in the standby queue? Well, that's right there. They're right there around the corner. This is not these folks have chosen the wrong time to get in this queue for sure. You don't want to see the queue back here like that at all. But even worse is you don't want to see Lightning Lane anywhere near the threshold. I mean, it's bad enough that it's even at that point, but I've seen it worse. I've seen it around the corner towards flows and everything, but this is pretty diabolical. Stay away, go away, go do something else. Go get on Luigi's, for crying out loud. Go get on Luigi's, then get on Mater's, then get in that queue if you're gonna go standby. Let that Lightning Lane queue get worked out first. You won't be sorry. We're on the home stretch of our Radiator Springs Racers video. By the way, I know you guys you keep asking me, when's that gonna be done? It takes a little while, just because I only have a little bit of time to work on it. I've even had somebody helping with the editing, but I can only work on it a little bit at a time. So all that's left now is I gotta put in the graphics, the spreadsheets and the charts, etc. And we should be good to go. So a couple days, hopefully. I don't know, that's probably optimistic. Maybe a week. Now, I'll tell you something, a little Easter egg, I don't know, it's not a tip or anything, but it's something fun to know about that I learned on our, what do you call it, the private tour we took, the VIP tour. On Radiator Springs Racers, I didn't put this in the video either though, so this is just for you guys. On Radiator Springs Racers, you know who's gonna win before you finish. As these guys come around the corner, whoever comes out of the turn, like right now, the blue car's ahead, the green car's gonna win. So whoever comes out of the turn ahead, then they are gonna wind up losing. There'll be a burst of speed from the car that was behind at that point when they come around the turn. It's the underdog thing. They want the victor to not just have it easy. That they have to come from behind to snatch victory from the clutches of defeat. There you go. Pay attention to that next time you're on Radiator Springs Racers and let me know if that works out for you. San Francisco. All right, time for our bi-weekly Love Fest. Smells great in here. Look at this. He's here. How terrific. See if we can't ninja a shot of the most lovable character in Disney animation. Wow, it's Baymax. I love Baymax. He's my spirit animal. I don't know if it's an animal, but he's my spirit whatever. He's my spirit AI health. What is he called? I don't know. I forget what he calls himself. I love Baymax. Wow, at Cocina Cucamonga. That's actually as light of queue as I have seen at Cocina in quite some time. There's not a lot of guests in there, comparatively speaking. Usually all of this is full. You know what we never do, pardon me, is check Aunt Cass. We bought somebody a cheesecake at Aunt Cass Cafe last night. If you guys watch our Thursday night live streams, we do a Who's in the Park segment during that live stream where if there's anybody watching our live while they're in the park, I choose a guest or a fan to buy them a treat. I buy them something to eat. And last night we got the cheesecake for a fan of the show, but let me see what the queue looks like. I never go in here. I check out Cocina, I check out Flo's, but I never check out Cass, but it feels dead. Yep, 4 people. Why is Cocina so much more popular than Aunt Cass Cafe? Because I think I would rather eat here. Like, if today were my choice, I would eat here today. What about Lucky Fortune? No waiting there at all, hardly. Wow. So everybody's in this Raider Springs Racers queue then. So all of DCA is trying to ride the car shed right now. Nobody's on Mater's, Luigi's, nobody's eating. Y'all are just gonna go to Raider Springs Racers and spend the next 2 hours in that queue. Doesn't have to be that way. Doesn't have to. I recommend not going to Raider Springs Racers at this time of day, but that's just me. Cool bridge. Love the bridge. Let's go look at the tip board. All right, it is 3:24 as we record this. Looking for our first ride. Golden Zephyr is closed. Hey, it's the first time we've seen that in a while, right? Goofy Sky School is 1 hour. With a return time in 2 hours. Grizzly River Run is just 50 minutes. It's a hot day. Today's the day to be on Grizzly River Run. When I was here on Tuesday and Wednesday, I saw some really exceptional wait times. Some low ones, but also like 80, 90 minutes as well. Return time in 3 hours. Guardians is up to 95 minutes. That is just not getting better. It's getting worse. We were there at 55, and I thought that's probably as good as it's going to get, I think. But I still wouldn't go. Incredicoaster is remarkably just 25 minutes. And a return time of 20 minutes from now. I don't think that's accurate, but we'll see. Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind is 20. Jesse's 5. Jellyfish 5. Walk on. Little Mermaid 15 minutes. Just a basic walk on right now. Luigi's was 20. We saw it at about 15 when we walked through there. Mater's it was 8, not 5. It was 8. Monsters Inc. is still pulling a nominal 35 minutes. I wonder what's going on there. It's not 45 or 60. Return time in 1 hour. Pixar Pal Around at 25. Man, I'm due for a ride on that. I don't know, we'll see. Raider Springs is still at 115 minutes. That's how we found it when we left there not long ago, but the return time is now, so that means they are not holding back. They are selling a metric ton of individual Lightning Lane, and they're not limiting it at all. There's no limits. What I mean to say is, normally, if I see that the return time is now, I think that they're not selling it. But now I think the opposite is true, because there were so many people in that queue right now that it tells me that they're not putting that, come back in an hour situation. So I feel like it's just unlimited right now. They're selling them for just $19, which is the low end. It's supposed to be surge pricing, right? It's supposed to be that price goes up if demand goes up, but they're keeping the price low because they just want to max out today, I guess. I don't know. That's interesting, by the way. I've never really paid attention to that before. That's the first time I've made that observation. I wonder how relevant or how realistic that is. I keep doing that. All right, Slay Symphony's 10 minutes. Soarin', incredibly, is 20. That's the kind of attraction that you'd want to be in right now. When we get to that point, I'll make some observations there as well about what we found. Oh my God. What we found on Tuesday and Wednesday. Toy Story standard at 55 minutes. Return time in 3 hours. Web Slingers 45. It's gone up a little bit. Return time in now-ish. And there you go. No waiting at the Spark over there. Nobody's getting that Pixar Fest food. Like, is it because Pixar food doesn't sound like it would be good food? People don't associate Pixar with food? Like, I get food and wine, it's in the word, it's in the title, food and wine, right? And then the holidays thing, you know, obviously holiday food is the thing. What's the connection between Pixar and food, I wonder? Maybe they overthought that? I don't know, or am I overthinking it? All I can say is that it does not look like people are interested in that Pixar Fest food, not at all. Let's go to Pixar Pier next. Still pretty light. Still pretty light. It is now 3:35. Waiting for something to happen. We had saw that Incredicoaster was 25 minutes, but there was no. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. So let's take a look at this single rider queue first of all, and it's about bad is when it reaches Coco. That's pretty bad. So this is actually kind of long-ish, especially for how we're, you know, what the state of the park is in general, what we've seen today. Yeah, okay. We've got a standby queue out here, outside of the arch. So that's probably not 25 minutes. When we were here the other day, Wednesday night, we got here at 8 p.m. and there was 3 switchbacks. There was 3, right here, all right here. It took us, I don't know, 15 minutes. Oh, hey guys, how are you? It took us 15 minutes just to get to the arch. And then it actually moved pretty quick in here. This whole section was like 10 minutes down here. But in the end, things really slowed down when we got up to the ramps. And all in, it took us an hour and 7 minutes. At 8 o'clock, 2 hours before closing, when a bunch of people are out there watching World of Color, it took us from 8 to 9 p.m. to get on Incredicoaster. That was kind of shocking to me. I did not expect that. Now, the part of that could be the fact that, you know, as I mentioned in that video, that it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to, you know, it's a novelty to ride Incredicoaster while World of Color is going on. But that for that many people, so it's causing me to rethink, you know, when the right time is to come to DCA. Maybe it is in the middle of the day. Why that is, I'm not sure. I got to figure that out because, you know, in terms of park hopping, that's the conversation that I'm having, because DCA is not a full day park. Very rarely do people come here just to DCA. Can you imagine buying a ticket just for DCA? Raise your hand. I want to see in the comments if there's any of you who have purchased a single day ticket, one day, one park. Not a 3-day ticket, and not a park hopper. One day, one park. You are here just to go to DCA. Raise your hand. So actually this queue is already shortened. While we've been talking, it's now almost reached the back of it has reached just here at the arch. They did increase it from 25 to 35. You can't see it, but I can. I just love how hectic this space gets sometimes. Between the guests exiting, lightning lane, standby, people getting cookies. Hey, hi. It's such hysterical, you know, or hysteria in this area sometimes. Lightning lane, that's nominal. It's not bad. Look, it's bad if it's down the ramp. It's bad if it's poking out here into the arch. You see lightning lane out here. Maybe come back another time because it will get better. If you want to see World of Color from the Incredicoaster, I've tested this a couple times now where I've tried, or I've been around while it's happening a couple times. Haven't done it yet, still haven't done it yet. 8:15. 8:15 is probably a good time, unless you see that the queue is not nearly as busy as it was on my night. But I would have liked, knowing what I knew then, or what I knew now, on Wednesday, I would have liked to have been in that queue at 8:15, 8:20. Oh, Woody's gone. Bye, Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's happening here at Toy Story Midway Mania? Actually, it looks dead in there. I don't see any standby. Where's the standby?
You people.
I mean, it says 30 minutes. There's nobody out here. I don't know how full it is back there, and there's no lightning lane. What does that mean? Goodness. Wait.
No, it's okay. Go.
No, it's okay. Wow. So there's lightning lane right there. Where's the back of standby? Oh my gosh. Okay. We're in this one at 3:41. 3:41. And that took us 15 minutes. 3:56 took us 15 minutes. And we're after the mix point, which means it's just another 5 minutes to get to our vehicles right now. You know, I thought we got stuck back there for a little bit, like, it's a little sticky, lighting is going up, but it's still 15 minutes to the door, to the mix point. 20 minutes to our vehicle probably. We'll confirm in a few minutes, but even 30 minutes that was posted was too high. What is happening today? How many times do I say that? I do these reports. What is happening today? .401, 20 minutes on the button. Ooh, here we go. 24,000. I think that's okay for me. I want to say I did 167,000 2 nights ago. Did I get the 5K? I think I got the 5K. I can't get that one. I never know how high to aim. That one up there, I couldn't. Hey! Come on, David. Jeez, Louise. Oh. Okay, I think that was the winner over the other night. I had 167. 181. I'll call that my new high score. I don't even know if it is or not, but I'm gonna call that my new high score. Best in vehicle, best this hour. What time is it? Best this hour is 2:07. It's only been 7 minutes. Every time I think I do good in the hour, it's always like 5 minutes after the hour. Well, we picked a great time. Let me go ahead and just give you a little commentary on why I chose to ride that. It's still posted at 30, but the queue is now well outside of that interior queue there. As we sort of progressed into the queue, trying to find the back of it, I became more aware that this was an exceptional situation, and I wanted to kind of demonstrate the validity of looking for the back of the queue, looking for the back of standby, and comparing that to what's happening in Lightning Lane. When we walked in, we said there was no Lightning Lane, and we were in a good, advantageous situation. We walked into the queue, found another advantageous situation. I probably would have stayed in that queue, even if it had been at the door, probably. Not because because it would have been a good deal. 30 minutes, no matter what, is a good deal. But in terms of what I'm trying to do today, I knew I only had 20 minutes to get something done there, which is exactly what happened. But I wanted to show you guys the benefits, because it's one thing. Hopefully, I'm not rambling. It's one thing to see a low wait time and then not have it reconcile with what you're seeing in the queue, right? But what we saw in the queue reconciled with what we saw on the wakeboard. And so I wanted to go through that to show there's truth to that you can trust that. You can trust looking at the queue, you can trust looking for the back of the queue and at the Lightning Lane and say, okay, this is definitely a situation that is good for us. Posted 30, I don't know if that's a go. It was 20 minutes for us, when the queue was inside, we got all the way to the U-turn up there, right? So I'm gonna figure that's probably 15 minutes. That's probably 15 minutes out here, plus the 20 we did in there, 35 minutes. So that's not quite accurate, but the good news is these guests are still not competing with any Lightning Lane. Now that's the part that you could at any minute can go haywire, as we say often. So if it does get to these guests out here, man, they might be in trouble if Lightning Lane does start to show up. But I wonder if they're going to reflect an update on that standby before we leave. Nope, it's still 30. Still 30. I would say they need to change that to probably 35 or 40. But anyway, I hope that was useful. Plus 181,000 for me, that's pretty good. I used to try to shoot with literally a camera in the hand, right? And then do which is it's very hard to steer your gun or whatever it's called. It's very hard to steer that and pull the trigger at the same time. Found a way where I grip the handle and the camera in the same hand, and it just tracks the camera tracks the handle, and then I can shoot freely with the right hand. There you go. Pixar pal around. Okay, so we're at swinging is 30 minutes, and non-swinging, hey, how's it going? 20 minutes for non-swinging, and yeah, that's about right. They're at the corner right here. If I had a little more time, if I hadn't just done Toy Story, I would have got in this queue. Because I want to get some footage. I need to get some footage from the Pixar pal around of what's happening backstage behind Mission Breakout. I'm trying to get ready for possible announcement, you know, like D23 perhaps, about the Avengers e-ticket. Because I think they're going to say something again. I think they are going to make another announcement at D23 for the Avengers e-ticket. Whether it's just, you know, another piece of concept art, our third piece of concept art, but no other details, I don't know, we'll see. But I am expecting that. Right next door, Emotional Whirlwind, posted at 20 minutes, and it'll probably be less than that. You got just one ramp up here. This is 10 minutes up there. That's about 10, so that's about another 5 right there. You measure things in rotations. This is probably, there's 1, 2, 3. There's at least 3 rotations in the queue right now, and the rotations are about 5 minutes each. So at the very back of the queue might actually hit 20. They might be the beginning of the 4th batch. By the way, give it up for Inside Out 2. It's now at 850 million worldwide. 850 million. That is such an impressive figure, and it came out of literally nowhere. Nobody saw 850 million coming from Inside Out 2. Nobody. Almost to the point where I'm like, I almost don't trust it. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of number usually is something that you get from word of mouth. Except it's just out of the blocks. Out of the blocks, they've done that in 2 weeks. 850 million in 2 weeks out of the blocks. It took Elemental months to hit 500 million, and everybody was like, yeah, see, that's pretty great. And it's not like Inside Out was such this huge hit the first time around either. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, what happened? How did people's opinions on any Disney movie change like that? But I'm great. I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm very, very glad. And I like Inside Out a lot. I think it's a great, great story, the first one. I haven't watched the second one yet, but I love the first movie. Love it. No waiting right now at Paradise Garden Grill, or limited waiting. It is 4:18. This is actually the time of day that I would recommend you eat your dinner right now. I like an early lunch and an early dinner to avoid the crowds if I can help it. Okay. 4:19. They're getting, guys, there's a parade about to go, I think. Isn't it? What time is that parade? Yeah. Oh my God. They're minutes away, and there's hardly anybody queuing up for this show right now, for this parade. Yeah, I don't think Pixar Fest is doing what Disney hoped. All right, Goopy Sky School. Oh my. Am I gonna do another one? Okay, this is like the easiest one ever. That says 60 minutes. There's your standby right now. 421. Getting in this queue at 421. There's no lightning lane, and there's maybe 50 people in this standby queue. That's incredibly bizarre. It's because all of this is done manually. That's why it's an analog system. It's done by hand, and subject to human inefficiencies. And it's just too late, too slow to react. I mean, they'll probably fix it at some point, especially because there's a parade going on right now, so people aren't getting in the queue, which is why I'm in this queue right now, because I know that I'm not going to get jobbed. I'm not going to get jobbed by lightning lane out of nowhere. It's gonna be a pretty brisk, maybe 10 minutes on a posted 60. 425 right now. We've been in the queue for 4 minutes, probably another, 2 or 3 minutes to get to our vehicle. So yeah, that was a breeze, man. Posted 60, incredible. You gotta put eyes on the queue. Don't just look at the tip board. You gotta put eyes on the queue. If you're really super interested. I mean, I get it if you want to kind of filter attractions out. Like, oh, we'll do that one later, maybe perhaps. You see Goopy Sky School, but my gosh. It's just wild that they have it at 60. I can't even, I'm incredulous. 427, 6 minutes to our vehicle. It wasn't even 10. 6, not 60. I can't believe it. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Why did I? No! Oh my God. Ah! I can't. Ah! No! No! Oh my God. Okay. Nose dive. Ah! No! Incredible. That's a fun ride, man. That's a really fun ride. We're not even done yet. This is a fun ride. Watch out for the chickens. Something to be said for just out of the box state fair rides, man. A mousetrap.
Congratulations! You graduated with highest honors.
Thanks, man. Real quick before we head over to Little Mermaid, 15 minutes, and it's even shorter now. They changed to 15 from 60 to 15, and the queue is even shorter. It's just the one lane. That's the 2 or 3 minutes. We're kind of stuck. I don't know what's going on. We're kind of stuck. All right, now we've got to surf through the wake of that parade a little bit, so it looks worse than it really is in terms of crowd density. Just throwing that out there. Little Mermaid, I see, or have seen very little action there at Little Mermaid. This is going to be a flyby, I'm sure. Once more, relieved though, that we can enter the way we should. It says 10 minutes on that board. I'm just going to do a flyby. So, 10 minutes. on that board right there for Little Mermaid. Man, we are winding this thing down here, aren't we? What an adventure this has been today, though, right? One of the more unexpected afternoons for me. On the one hand, I keep waiting for the big crowds to show up. And I mean, they didn't. They're not here today. Not today. Not right now, anyway. But is that the timing thing now? Is it the afternoon block versus the evening block? Yeah, Redwood Creek is still closed. Just saying. As part of that other conversation, I was expecting to see the parks kind of incrementally get a little bit busier this week than it was last week because of the discounted ticket. I misspoke before, actually. And when I did our State of Disney report, I said I want to do it on a Monday because the discount ticket isn't good on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays, and I wanted to get a true measure. I said that on State of Disneyland. Now, people reminded me, yes, there is also a discounted ticket for Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays also, but it's not the one it's not the Lost Lead, or it's not the $50 ticket or the $80 ticket. It costs a little bit less. That's the one I was trying to catch. That's the one that's Monday through Thursday. But still, we should have expected some kind of incremental increase in crowds here. It's the summer season. That's the time that people go to the parks, etc. And I just keep waiting. But this wasn't it today. And even right now, 4:43 in the afternoon, it is presently 78 degrees. 45 minutes. Stand by. God, I wish I had time. Oh, I wish I had time. I would get in that queue right now. 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And by the way, no lightning lane. That's it right there. That's the pen. That's the lightning lane pen right there. That's it. So 45 minutes standby. Where did we see that queue last time, man? It was all over the place. It was all up in here. Both of those switchbacks were full. Not happening today. And today is, I'm pretty sure it's warmer today than it was then. I would certainly love to be taking a Rapids ride right now. It's warm, man. I mean, it's still a long queue. You could probably get away most of that 45. But I just would have expected more today. I'm going to make a video or do some kind of content about queues that I wouldn't mind spending 45 minutes in. This is one of them. Even though you feel like it's not moving, it's just such a beautiful environment. This is a queue, okay? Grizzly River Run is a queue that I could really, really dig. I really enjoy this one. You can stay cool. There's lots of mist happening all over the place. You get the sounds, you get the sights. It's wonderful. I would much rather spend 45 minutes in this queue than in the Monsters, Inc. Penitentiary. And last stop on our trip around DCA today, soaring around the world. This is one that quite a discrepancy in wait times. This is one of those situations where I'm like, just what is happening here at after hours? I had plans on my initial iteration of that video that I did earlier to do Soarin' first. I wanted to start from the front of the park and work my way back. And I was going to say, okay, we're doing Soarin' first, maybe Monsters, and then we go to Radiator Springs. And I got here and it's like 90 minutes. And then I saw another one that was 120 minutes. Now, luckily, we caught a break though on that day. It was during the parade, and it dropped down suddenly to 30 minutes. We actually got it done in 25, I think. So we timed it good. We did some good recon on that, but it was incredible. Like, I was just not seeing it at 90, 120 minutes like that. It's just, I don't even know what to make of that. And so I arrived here now today. It is 4:50, which is actually right about the same time that I started preparing myself for my visit to the park on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and saw that wait time. So let's see how it looks today. And it looks like nothing. There's nobody in Lightning Lane. Oh, that looks delightful. See that mist? Oh my gosh. There's just 50, 100 people in that queue right there. That's all a standby. It doesn't even go back to the other side of the building. And you can't see it, but it's posted at 35 minutes. 35. And it's almost 5 o'clock. That's about when I first started looking. I started, checking wait times on Tuesday and Wednesday, right about this time, when it was saying 90 minutes. Is that strictly a Friday thing? Friday versus Tuesday, Wednesday? It might be. Have we come all this way, all the way around DCA, spending what, close to 4 hours, making our trip around the park right now? We had 3 rides today. When's the last time we've done 3 rides on a State of report? Have we come all this way to figure out that maybe there is a Friday versus Tuesday, Wednesday type of situation? Maybe that $50 ticket is impacting crowds. We're just here on the wrong day. I don't know. Because I was looking at times earlier in the middle of the day in the afternoon on the Tuesday and Wednesday, and it wasn't so bad. I was here on Monday at Disneyland this week. And it was fine. It was fine. I always do enjoy coming back here, winding these things up here at Carthay Circle. Carthay Circle's lovely. When they had the water going, when the fountain's going, it hasn't been working for a couple days. I don't know what's going on there. Is that going to go down on August 5th also? Carthay Circle's lovely. Oh, a little red car trolley for us before we head out. Awesome. Stay tuned to Fresh Baked, man. Stay tuned. It's a developing situation. I still am not sure, which way to. I got to do another report on a Monday now. I have to come back, or maybe I'll do it on a Tuesday. But I don't know, man. We'll see. I think I'm going to have to do the next State of DCA on a Monday at least. Stay tuned for that. Watch our that video that we did, the 6 to 10 p.m. show. We actually did pretty good, you guys. As bad as I've been talking about how busy it was that night, we actually did pretty good. I was surprised with the results of that show. We did have a lot of drama, though. There was some drama that you'll want to take a look at on that video. It's pretty great. And then obviously watch our most recent construction report if you haven't already. We talk about Space Mountain. We'll talk some more about Turtle Talk, and then what's hot at Tiana's Bio Adventure and at Haunted Mansion. And then follow us on Instagram _FreshBaked, on Twitter at FreshBaked, that's FreshBaked, and on TikTok. And if you like our show and want to show your support, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/FreshBaked. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh Baked.